Makima tells Power that when public safety kills a civilian hunter's devil, they are guilty of obstructing their business, and under normal circumstances, Power would be arrested for that. This conversation takes place while people work to clean up the mess left behind by Power's killing of the sea cucumber devil. She advises Power to give her decision-making more thought before acting and requests that Denji bring her under control. She has skill with the use of her blood due to the fact that Power was the blood devil, yet she is easily agitated and may not be suitable for the role of a devil hunter. After hearing it, Power claims that Denji forced her to slay the devil, but Denji categorically denies doing so and labels Power a liar. After that, they begin to argue about who is telling the truth. The moment Makima urges them to stay silent, Power abruptly ceases to stop. After that, Makima shares that she has high hopes for their collaborative efforts, and Power acknowledges that they are capable of achieving such goals. Denji buys himself a drink. When Power comes across a cat, she immediately begins to pet it. Denji claims that being able to purchase a drink would be the fulfillment of a lifelong ambition of his. But if things keep going the way they are, thirst will be the least of his concerns. And because Power is lying, things aren't going to get any simpler. Power explains that she despises human companionship and prefers the company of cats instead. In addition to this, she abhors devils because one of them murdered her cat Meowie. Makima captured her before Power could retrieve her, and although it's possible that Meowie has passed away by this point, Power refuses to give up faith that she will be found alive. Power is willing to put up with people or do whatever else is required of her if it means that she can get Meowie. She is not certain that Denji is capable of comprehending her worry for a cat. Denji thinks it's silly for a cat to act that way, but he'll do everything to get his hands on a pair of breasts. On the other hand, if it's a dog, he can see where she's coming from. Power then suggests that he may touch her breasts in exchange for her assistance in locating Meowie. As a devil hunter, Denji can't keep quiet and will have to murder the devil who stole the poor cat. This angers Denji, who becomes enraged at the devil who did this to the cat. After that, the two make sure they have permission to leave from the public safety for Power department. While they make their way toward the devil, Power reveals that although she is aware of its whereabouts, only Denji will be able to battle it due to the fact that the devil will most likely use Meowie as a shield. During this time, they travel. Denji reveals that he formerly owned a pet referred known as Pochita. He is unable to pat him any longer, yet he is content with who he is on the inside. According to Power, humans are silly since that simply implies that Pochita passed away, and the notion about living in his heart is nothing more than a terrible form of self-comfort. After giving it some thought, Denji comes to the conclusion that he will not get along with her no matter how much he tries to avoid an argument with her. Makima has a meeting with the higher-ups, who remark that they have heard of other countries employing devils in their army, but they express their hope that in the future, Japan's only opponents will continue to be devils. They inquire about the status of Makima's team with her. She mentions that one appears to have potential, while another that she chose more recently appears to be interesting. They remind her that it is her responsibility to take care of them and put them to work, so she cannot allow herself to become connected to them. After everything, while they were driving away, Aki said that Denji is repulsive and not interesting, and he questioned why Makima has such high hopes for Denji. According to Makima, every devil is given a name at birth, and the more people fear those names, the more powerful the devil subsequently gets. For instance, Coffee does not have a reputation for being particularly terrifying. Therefore, a coffee devil would most likely not be very powerful. However, this would not be the case with a car devil because it is easy to image being driven over and killed by a car, hence a car devil would most likely be strong. She mentions the fact that Denji has the ability to transform into Chainsaw Devil, which she finds quite fascinating. Even while everyone else in public safety has a clear aim or motivation, Denji only wants to live the good life and believes he can be friends with devils, which makes it difficult for Aki to believe that he will be valuable to the organization. When Power and Denji get to the outskirts of the city, Power points to a home and says that the demon who stole Meowie is inside of it. Denji believes Power. Denji expresses his wish that he won't have to transform into chainsaws while they are on their way to the house, but Power believes that he is joking. Denji suddenly remembers that the devil is going to use the cat as a shield, and he begins to question whether or not Power ought to be this close, given that he can already see her. Power is aware that she did mention that, but asserts that she made a mistake in her statement. At that instant, they come to a halt. She conjures out a blood hammer in a moment, and Denji immediately swings his axe at her, but she gets the upper hand and strikes him first, knocking him out. She goes on to point out that despite his lack of intelligence, he has really good instincts. Power yanks Denji inside the house against his will. She is informed by a devil that she kept him waiting, and he believed that she had fled from him. Power explains that it took her some time to get back some of her independence, and that she had complied with his desire by bringing him a human. The Bat Devil then lifts up Denji, and remarks that due to the fact that he is still young, the vitality in his blood would still be high. As Denji's consciousness begins to return, the Bat Devil reveals to him that he was forced to go into hiding after suffering an arm loss. The devil informs Denji that food shouldn't talk and that if he drinks human blood, he will be able to heal the wounds he received from people. Denji doesn't care about this, but the devil does. The Bat Devil then tosses Denji aside after lifting him over his head and squeezing him, which caused Denji to vomit blood. However, as the Bat Devil drank the blood, he stated that it was revolting and threw Denji away. His arm regrows, but since the Bat Devil has a terrible taste in his mouth, he will wish to wipe it with the blood of another human. Denji turns his head to gaze at Power, who is saying that people are stupid and that he fell for her story. The Bat Devil takes in the sights and sounds of the city, but it abhors the smell of cigarettes, makeup, and perfume. On the other hand, he discovers a pleasant scent and declares that he will be devouring some youngsters. Power tells the man that she has delivered the human as promised and begs him to let Meowie go free. Bat Devil is aware that he said that, but he has not punished her for bringing him foul blood. Instead, he swallows Meowie. Bat Devil remembers that he said it. Power brings back memories of her time spent in the wild, namely how she came to know Meowie. She had just finished slaughtering a bear when she came upon a cat that was clinging to life. She gave the cat the name Meowie. Before she eats it, she makes the decision to beef it up. She continued to take care of the cat by feeding her, and looking forward to the day when she would consume the cat. One day, as Power is passing the time by sitting down on the roof of a home and listening to the cat meow, she reflects on the fact that she has killed everyone and everything she has ever encountered, and that it is weird to hear something that isn't screaming. After then, the Bat Devil appears and kidnaps Meowie. He is hurt, and he tells her that he requires blood, and that in order for her to get the cat back, she must bring him a person. As Power watches the Bat Devil swallow Meowie, she looks to Denji and tells him that she now understands how he must feel when he is unable to pet Pochita because she has experienced the same thing. She says that it must be a terrible sensation. After that, the Bat Devil grabs hold of her and consumes her as well. The Bat Devil is complaining that this tasted terrible as well, and in order to feel better, he needs to consume some children. After that, he flies towards the city while noting that after that he will devour some virgins. Then for the main dish he will eat a hefty man, and for dessert he will eat a pregnant woman. At that very moment, he notices that Denji is clinging to his leg and sucking his blood in an effort to convince him to give back his breast. The devil is taken aback after seeing that, and he immediately takes Denji. He distinctly remembers waking up one morning and being unable to locate Pochita anywhere in the house. He looked for him everywhere and thought that a devil had already devoured him. Upon his return, he found Pochita sobbing in the far corner of the room, where she had been waiting for Denji. While clutching Pochita, Denji, who was feeling relieved at this point, dozed out quickly. Denji is curious about what Power went through when she was attempting to sleep while she was aware that the devil possessed Meowie. After that, Denji pulls the rope on his chest, and when the chainsaw emerges from his head, he chops the demon arms and frees himself, which surprises the Bat Devil, who was unaware that Denji was a devil. After falling into a structure, the two of them see a woman inside and Denji yells at her to escape. Given that he is a devil, the Bat Devil is mystified as to why he did what he did. Denji punches the devil in the face and immediately begins to battle him. During the conflict, he spots other humans and yells at them to flee the area. After observing this, the Bat Devil grabs a car that still has a person inside of it and throws it at Denji, hoping that he will destroy the human. Denji is able to grasp the car and keep hold of it. He then tells the devil that it doesn't matter to him if he rescues a fellow or not, and he tosses the automobile back at him, causing it to strike him in the face. The Bat Devil then unleashes a shockwave from its jaws, which knocks Denji back and blowing Denji away. The Bat Devil scoops up the human from the automobile, intending to consume him in order to restore his health. However, he continues to hear the chainsaws and the smoke and is perplexed as to how Denji is still alive. Denji is angry and claims that he has been waiting patiently, but he still can't get a sense for the situation. The Bat Devil becomes frightened and tosses debris at Denji in an attempt to warn him to stay away, but Denji simply uses his chainsaws to cut through the material. He then makes an attempt to attack Denji, but Denji only manages to slash his arm before jumping on the Bat Devil and slitting his throat while he is still alive. Watch this next video.